This is the lore behind Sando, and specifically why this exists. Back in ye olde times of 2020, when Huds was a young speedrunner and first-time streamer, he began his speedrunning career learning Sonic 3 Air, this very game we play here right now. And as the legend goes, in his first attempt at completing the game, it took him 8 attempts to complete Sandopolis Act 1. He wasn't very good at the game, not like he was when he was a young child. And his small audience, his chat at the time, mocked him for his failures, constantly asking thereafter whether or not it would take him another 8 attempts to get out of Sandopolis Act 1 for each speedrun that he did. Not liking the fact that chat had turned on him, Huds decided to turn this into a meme, to reclaim the negative energy and push this towards a more positive place. And thus was born the Sando 8. Chat said that Huds needed to learn this level, to practice and get better. In other words, to get good. So he did just that by playing the level 8 times over, again and again, thus making the Sando 8. Beyond that, when Huds became an affiliate, he set up his first ever sub-goal for the low price of 10 subscriptions. Huds would complete Sandopolis Act 1 not 8 times, no, but 100 times, thus making the Sando Hundo. That sub-goal was met within literally 2 minutes. So that went well. And so we did the Sando Hundo for the first time at the end of that year of 2020, thus starting the annual Sando 100 race, because for each year afterwards we would commemorate that moment by doing it again, but we'd invite friends along. Beyond that, for the end of his first year as a streamer, to celebrate 1 year on this here platform known as Twitch, Huds decided to do a new challenge. That challenge would be the 24 hours of Sando. Yes, 24 hours non-stop of Sandopolis Act 1. Before he then realised that it takes approximately 4 hours, depending on the character and depending on how good you are, to actually do 100 laps of Sando. Thus, 24 hours would equate to 600 laps. So we decided to just turn it into the Sando 601 because that seemed better and thus it matches the name and all that kind of good stuff. And the Sando 601 was born, a near 24-hour challenge of non-stop Sando over and over and over again. Joined he was by 28 or so fantastic speedrunners from the community, each doing a Sando Hundo with him to keep him going through night and day, before we finally finished off with the reveal of a brand new character for Sonic 3 Air, known as Chaos the Imposter, who can be both Sonic, Tails and Knuckles at the same time. And thus the legend of Sando was born. It is a technical level that has many pitfalls, that requires you to have good knowledge of Sonic's technical ability, from spin dashing to jumping to drop dashing to peel outs, to be able to navigate through this windy course where every character has its own route, and to be able to complete it fast while minding out for the spikes and these platforms that block your path just like this and prevent your progress. It is the perfect level to challenge a speedrunner, where you are constantly trying to beat different cycles in the level. That is why Sando exists. That is why we do it on this level. It's a technical level, but there is story and lore behind it. And the ultimate kicker is that it's all based on a lie, because it didn't take me 8 attempts to complete it the first time. It took me 13. But hey-ho, that's the story as it exists. You're very welcome. Thus, the lore of Sando. Also, for the note, I wasn't reading chat through any of that because I was trying to retell the story. But yeah, don't worry, we'll turn that into a YouTube short. Fallen's gonna have a lot of fun trying to edit that into 3 minutes.